Every time you stop at a gas pump, you have to make a choice. Regular, mid-grade, premium. Most people just pick the cheapest one, or the one their parents always used. Maybe you drive something different, diesel, E85, or nothing at all. But fuel isn't just about cost. It's chemistry. Put the wrong fuel in your engine, and you're not just wasting money. You're damaging something that costs thousands of dollars to fix. So here is every type of fuel explained. What it is, what it does, and which engine it belongs in. Let's start from the pump you use most and work our way through every option. Whether you drive a daily commuter, a truck, or a sports car, this video is for you. No complicated chemistry class, just plain English. Everything you need to know. By the end of this video, you'll never second-guess yourself at the pump again. Regular gasoline, the most common fuel in the world, and it sits at 87 octane. That number, 87, tells you one thing only: how resistant the fuel is to igniting at the wrong time. Octane is not power. It is not energy. It is not purity. It is one thing: knock resistance. Inside a gasoline engine, a spark plug fires at exactly the right moment, igniting the fuel with precision. That smooth, controlled burn travels outward and pushes the piston down. That's what moves your car. The problem starts when the fuel ignites before the spark fires. Pressure builds too fast, and things go wrong. That's engine knock, a metallic pinging sound. And it's not harmless. It damages your engine every single time. Every knock chips away at your pistons, silently damaging your engine from the inside, over and over. Regular fuel works perfectly in most cars because most engines simply don't generate enough pressure to cause knock. If your car is designed for regular gas, running premium does absolutely nothing extra. You're paying for knock protection your engine doesn't need. Money spent, nothing gained. Regular gasoline, the right fuel for most engines. Not because it's cheap, but because it's exactly enough. Fill it up with 87, save the difference, and your engine runs exactly as the engineers intended. Not sure if your car takes regular? Open the owner's manual or check the inside of the fuel door. It's right there. Bottom line, most cars on the road today are built for regular gasoline. Simple as that. Premium gasoline. It sits at 91 to 93 octane, but it is not more powerful than regular. Not on its own. Premium fuel contains the same energy as regular. It burns at the same temperature. It is not cleaner on its own. What premium has is higher knock resistance, and in the right engine, that resistance is absolutely everything. High-performance and turbocharged engines squeeze the fuel-air mix much harder than a regular engine ever does. More compression means more heat, and more heat means the fuel wants to ignite before the spark tells it to. Knock in a high-performance engine doesn't just ping. It cracks pistons. It warps cylinder heads. It destroys engines. When a manufacturer stamps premium required on the fuel door, they mean it. That word is non-negotiable. Running regular in a premium required engine forces the computer to pull back the ignition timing to protect itself. The engine protects itself, yes, but at the cost of power and fuel economy. You lose both. Premium required and premium recommended are completely different. The word matters more than you'd think. Recommended engines tolerate regular without damage. You lose a little power, but nothing breaks. Required means non-negotiable. Recommended means a trade-off. Know which one applies to your car. For the engines that need it, premium doesn't make them better. It just lets them do what they were built to do. Premium gasoline. It doesn't make ordinary engines better. It lets extraordinary engines perform the way they were designed. Check the fuel door. Follow what it says. That single label saves your engine and your wallet. Mid-grade gasoline. Sits at 89 octane, right between regular and premium. Sounds useful, right? It was once useful when some cars genuinely needed a middle option, but those engines are almost completely gone now. Most modern cars are built for either 87 or 91. There is no middle. Mid-grade serves neither option perfectly. You pay more than regular, but you don't get the full knock protection that premium provides to the engines that actually need it. Check your fuel door. Run what your manufacturer recommends. That's all there is to it. Mid-grade gasoline. A compromise nobody really asked for, and nobody truly needs. It costs more than regular without delivering the full benefit of premium. That middle bar is just extra cost. Save the money or spend it on the right grade. Skip the middle. It doesn't earn its place at the pump. Diesel. This is not just a different grade. It is an entirely different category of fuel altogether. Diesel cannot go in a gasoline engine, and gasoline cannot go in a diesel engine. One mistake at the pump is catastrophic. One wrong nozzle, and the repair bill starts in the thousands. This is the most expensive mistake you can make at a pump. Here's the key difference. A gasoline engine uses a spark plug. A diesel engine uses no spark plug at all. A diesel engine compresses air so intensely that the air itself becomes hot enough to ignite the fuel the moment it's sprayed in. The compression ratio in a diesel engine is nearly double that of a gasoline engine. That extreme pressure is the ignition source. Because diesel burns under such intense compression, it extracts more energy from every single drop of fuel, making it significantly more efficient. Diesel also produces far more torque at low speeds. That is why trucks, trains, and ships all run on diesel. Trucks that haul freight, cargo ships crossing oceans, freight trains, they all need to move enormous weight, and diesel delivers. The trade-off is emissions. Diesel combustion produces more nitrogen oxides and particulate matter than gasoline. Modern diesel vehicles use filtration systems to reduce this, but the fundamental chemistry of the fuel is still harder on the air. Diesel. More torque. Better efficiency. A combustion process that needs no spark to start a fire. Quick note. Diesel pump nozzles are physically larger than gasoline nozzles. They're designed not to fit in a gasoline car's fuel cap. Always check. If the fuel door says diesel only, that car lives and dies by diesel. There is no workaround. Diesel isn't just for big trucks. It's the most efficient internal combustion option we have, for the machines that need it most. E85. The 85 does not refer to octane. It refers to ethanol content, up to 85% ethanol, 15% gasoline. Ethanol is an alcohol fuel made from fermented plant material, most commonly corn. It is a biofuel, renewable and domestic. E85 can only be used in flex fuel vehicles, cars specifically built to handle high ethanol concentrations. Ethanol is corrosive to standard rubber and metal components. In a regular engine, E85 eats the fuel system from the inside. In a flex fuel vehicle, E85 has a naturally high octane rating, above 100. That makes it very attractive for performance builds. But ethanol contains less energy per gallon than gasoline. The engine burns through E85 faster. Fuel economy drops by roughly 25%. You save money at the pump, but you stop at the pump more often because you're burning through the tank faster. E85 is also not available everywhere. Most stations simply don't carry it. Finding a pump can be genuinely difficult. And the environmental benefit? It depends almost entirely on how cleanly the ethanol was produced in the first place. E85, a fuel that's cleaner in theory, cheaper at the pump, and harder to find when you actually need it. How do you know if your car can take E85? Look for the Flex Fuel badge, usually on the door panel or fuel cap area. E85. High octane. Lower fuel economy. Domestically produced. And only for the cars that were built to handle it. Hydrogen. This fuel doesn't work like any of the others, and what comes out of the exhaust will genuinely surprise you. Hydrogen is stored in a pressurized tank on the vehicle. It is then fed into a fuel cell stack, not an engine. Inside the fuel cell, hydrogen and oxygen from the outside air combine in a chemical reaction, and that reaction produces electricity. That electricity powers the motor. The wheels turn, the car moves, with zero combustion happening at any point. No combustion, no carbon dioxide, no particulate matter. Refueling takes about 5 minutes, similar to gasoline, and the range exceeds 300 miles on a full tank. On paper, hydrogen solves everything that gasoline cannot. Zero emissions, fast refuel, long range. In practice, it solves almost nothing yet. Hydrogen refueling stations are rare. The vehicles are very expensive. Most of the country has almost no hydrogen refueling infrastructure. You can't rely on it for daily driving yet. And most hydrogen today is still produced from natural gas, meaning making the fuel itself still creates carbon emissions. Hydrogen is a fuel the world is building toward. Whether it gets there depends on infrastructure, cost, and political will. Hydrogen, the cleanest fuel ever made. Still waiting for the world to build the roads that lead to it. Let's bring it all together. Every fuel is a trade-off, and each one has its own purpose. Regular is affordable and exactly right for most cars. It's not cheap, it's correct. Premium protects what high-performance engines are designed to do. In the right car, it earns every cent. Mid-grade mostly just takes your money. Skip it unless your manufacturer specifically says otherwise. Diesel pulls harder and goes further on less fuel. Built for the machines that move the heaviest loads on Earth. E85 costs less at the pump, but burns faster in the tank. It evens out, and it needs the right vehicle to work it all. Hydrogen produces nothing but water, and the stations to fill it barely exist yet, but they're being built. The answer was always right there, on the fuel door or in your owner's manual. It was never a mystery. The right fuel was never the most expensive one. It was always the one your engine was designed for. Next time you're at the pump, you won't hesitate. You'll know exactly which button is yours and why. Read your owner's manual once. Understand your fuel door label, and you'll never overspend at a pump again. That's every type of fuel explained. No confusion, no wasted money, just the right choice every single time. If this helped you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's been guessing at the pump for years. See you in the next one.